every 9 minutes in America, there's an accident involving a table saw. And 10 times a day, the amount of times that you have fingers, one of those accidents results in an amputation. So ultimately, it's for something that's completely unnecessary, and that's with one of our SawStop saws. The way to protect yourself is with our SawStop safety system. In less than 5 milliseconds, it will sense flesh contact, stop the blade, drop it below the tabletop, and save you from months of injury, surgery, painful rehabilitation, all the money spent at a hospital. It's a complete game changer, and it can save you from a life-altering event. So not only does SawStop care about the safety element of it, I mean, we have our riving knives, we have blade guards, we have the safety system. We're invested in safety as a company, but we also care about the quality. These saws were engineered and built around the safety system. They're incredibly well built. They're built by woodworkers and for woodworkers, so they're very user-friendly. And they're just an incredibly high-quality saw. They're heavy for what they are because the components inside need to withstand that force. I mean, you imagine a 4,000 RPM blade stopping in 5 milliseconds. It's a lot of force, and it's a lot of effort. It's a lot of power. So you need something that is built quality to surround that. For a lot of you guys, table saw may be one of the most important parts of your shop. Your cabinet workers, you're cutting stuff, vinyl flooring or whatever you're doing, you're ripping things down. The table saw is going to be that focal point of your shop. And for the safety element of it, I mean, there's going to be nothing better for you guys, for your employees, for yourselves, because a life-altering accident can happen in a blink of an eye, and it's literally, you're never going to be faster than that spinning blade. And it's no joke. So, that was my spiel. I'm gonna give you the hot dog now because that's what you came here for. You want the hot dog. Maybe not to eat afterwards because it's covered in sawdust and fingers, but you know.
I don't know. I'm pretty hungry.
I mean, if you're desperate enough, why not? It's a specific type of seasoning, wood dust. So I'm gonna point out a couple things here. The job site has this nifty single turn elevation, so I'm gonna raise it to its highest level. Obviously, as a woodworker, you realize I don't need the blade that high for this little piece of plywood, but to get the full impact of the blade at its height, I'm going to give you that high blade. I also have removed the blade guard because, again, I want you to see that blade. I want you to see how quickly it drops below that tabletop. And what I will recommend is that a couple things. It's very loud, so prepare yourself for that. It's not going to it's not going to buck the table saw, so don't worry about that. It's very loud, and it's also incredibly quick. I mean, I have to harp on the fact that it's 5 milliseconds because if you blink, you will miss it. So if you want to videotape it, go ahead. You can slow it down. You can do the whole process there. The saw is going to run through some diagnostics. I'm getting a green light telling me that it's good to go. That's how we know we've never had a reported failure over 20 years of saw on the market, because this saw will not turn on if the safety system is defective. So, good to go. We got it on. I'm going to put my glasses on here. You guys got it going. Ready to go. You can see it. All right.
Yo, that was fire.
Wow. That was fast.
Yeah.
So,
that was
a 4,000 RPM blade. Imagining this is your finger, and that is the damage that's left over. You'd be talking a Band-Aid, a little worse than a paper cut.
Nothing.
Wow.
I would take that over a finger gone any day.
That's minimum one finger gone, probably multiple.
Wow.
And I was not exactly slow with that. I mean, that was not. I rammed it.
Yeah, you pushed it. Yeah.
I rammed it. Yeah. So that's the worst that you're going to get.
That was cool.
It's a game changer. I'm not kidding you when I say that it's a game changer, and it can be life altering. You have one of these accidents, it can come out of nowhere. And the difference between $10,000 and a hospital stay with all the rehabilitation versus a new brake, which is like $95, a new blade, and you're back to your work. It's a totally different lifestyle.
Absolutely.
You guys have any questions?
Yes. Once it does this, does it take a long time for it to
So it takes about 5 minutes or so.
For it to reset?
And a new brake, and then
you will need a new blade?
You will need a new blade. That much force going into the blade,
yes,
it's going to potentially break a few heads.
Okay.
But other than that, I mean, You know, it could be a little more expensive depending on the type of blade.
But that was your finger versus a
Absolutely.
$70 blade.
You're talking several $1,000s in a hospital stay versus a couple $100 new brake, new blade, and you're wrapping your down.
What's the damage on the brake? Like how if that
This is, I can show you an activated one here.
Oh yeah.
So that's what it looks like when it's activated.
Wow, that's crazy.
And you can see compared to a fresh one,
Oh,
that
yeah.
crumple zone,
It's
it
done.
just
It's
absolutely
collapsed completely.
collapsed in here. This is completely crumpled.
Whoa, that takes so much force.
Absolutely.
That's amazing. And
So
so,
we're
how
talking-
much is this unit here?
It's about $95.
95 bucks?
Yep.
Okay.
Obviously, this is a demo, so it's those aren't sold to people, but
Totally.
a fresh new cartridge is about $95.
Wow, that's amazing. Awesome.
And then a blade is
awesome.
whatever you want to spend.
Yes. And no workman's comp
No
claim.
workman's comp. I mean,
No
you know, if you're
hospital
talking
stay.
ocean, that's a non-reportable event.
Boom.
So, you know, you get a
Okay.
bandit on there. You're not sending somebody to the hospital. You're ready to go.
Right on, man. Well, thank you. This is amazing.
Guys.